Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Beautiful Kinks. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how I grew my hair long, okay? I wanted to bring you guys this video just to give you guys some tips and to, give you some insight as to what you could possibly be doing in order to maintain your hair length or grow it longer. I get a lot of questions about my hair. I get a lot of questions about how I grew it, how I maintain it, all of that good stuff. But first, before we get into the video, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell button. That way you can keep up with me. That way you can get more hair tips and how to maintain and take care of your natural hair. All right, let's get into it. Tip number 1, water is moisture. I cannot tell you how many times people are like shocked by the fact that you need water for your hair. I know when we had those relaxers and that straight and silky going on that we were not trying to be near anybody's water fountain, anybody's shower, anybody's pool, anybody's beach, none of that, okay? But being natural, it does require you to have more water as a part of your maintenance and your regimen. Your hair thrives off of water. It needs water to sustain itself. Just like us as human beings, we need water to sustain ourselves. So if you go days and weeks without drinking water, what do you think your hair is going through when you're not putting water on your hair? That's the quickest way to end up with dry hair, which leads to breakage, which leads to hair loss and yada, yada, yada. And you just don't want those problems, girl. Like, don't believe what anybody is telling you about you don't need water and all that. You need water. Water should be the first product you put on your hair before putting any other product on your hair, okay? Tip number 2. Oil is not moisture. I don't know what you heard. I don't know who told you this. Oil is not moisture, okay? I know it's easy to think that because when you put the oil on your hair is shiny, it's glossy, it's just looking luscious and vivacious and all of that good stuff, but it is not moisture, guys, okay? You need a water-based product if you're gonna incorporate moisture through a product. Oil is a sealant, okay? That means it will seal in the moisture. So you mist your hair with water, you add your little product, leave-in, moisturizer, things like that, and then you go in with the oil. The oil is to seal in whatever you just placed on your hair, aka the moisture. Some of my favorite oils are jojoba oil, tea tree oil, I like Jamaican black castor oil, I like grapeseed oil. I like all the oils, girl, but those are just some of my regular ones that I usually use, and those work wonders. You don't need a whole lot of them. If you can get like 2 or 3 of them at a time, then that works too. Tip number 3, a good thorough cleanse is key. A cleanse can be anything from a clarifying shampoo to a co-wash to apple cider vinegar. All of those things are considered to be cleansers for your hair. However, they all do different things, and they are all useful in different ways and at different stages during wash day. So say for instance you want to just wash your hair, get a good clarifying shampoo. That means no sulfates, no parabens, no none of that. You want a nice good shampoo that's going to do the job. If you've been watching my channel thus far, you know what I like to use. You can just click on those videos. I'll try to leave the link up here or down below. Now with the co-washes are usually used between shampoos. So if you shampoo your hair on the 1st and you wash your hair every 2 weeks, in between the next shampoo day, you're gonna co-wash. Co-washing is useful for some people. I personally don't co-wash just because I just don't find it useful for my hair. My hair just needs a good cleanse and then just put that moisture right back in, and that's all we need. But some people thrive off of co-washes. They may have a situation where they're just always dry, flaky, and you don't want to walk around with flakes in your hair all day, but you really don't want to clarify with the shampoo because that'll make the flakes worse, so you want to go in with the co-wash. But yeah, all in all, the co-wash is just basically a buffer between your first shampoo to your next shampoo. And finally, apple cider vinegar rinse is basically a very, very thorough cleanse that you're actually supposed to use once every couple of months. I use apple cider vinegar maybe like once a month, but you can stretch it out as far as you like. It's just better to stretch it out versus doing it continuously back to back to back and too close together. That wouldn't be a good look because it's supposed to just strip your hair of everything, and you don't want to continue to strip your hair of everything because then you're not going to hold any moisture, and then you're going to lead to breakage, and then you're going to have all kinds of just problems that you don't need. One more thing for tip number 3, the cooler the water, the better for your hair, but I get how, you don't want to take a shower in cold water. Me personally, I don't do that. I wash my hair in warm water, but I try to stay a little as cool as I can without sacrificing being comfortable in the shower. I do shampoo my hair with warm water, but I don't go extremely hot. And then once I get out and I deep condition and all that stuff, I rinse all of that out with cooler water, but I'm not in the shower anymore. I'm at the sink. So It's a whole thing, girl. Hot water dries your hair out more versus cooler water. It allows more moisture to maintain within the hair. Tip number 4, you must deep condition. Deep conditioning is essential. I don't know why people don't deep condition. You need it. It's so good for your hair. The deep conditioner adds much needed nutrients, proteins, all of that good stuff that your hair needs. And by it being a deep conditioner, it means that the molecules and everything that make up the deep conditioner are smaller than a regular conditioner. So it penetrates the hair shaft more, therefore giving you more moisture. And that's why your hair feels extra luscious and soft and just amazing after you deep condition. Tip number 5, you must detangle. So there's always been this debate between finger detangling and detangling with the comb. I personally do both. It's just a matter of which one do I need at the time. So I try to be gentle, and the way to be gentle is to feel it with your hands. And when you feel it with your hands, you have a better chance of getting out those knots. Now, don't get it twisted. If I don't get out a knot, or if I can't and I'm struggling, I will take some scissors really quick and I will cut that out. Just because my goal is health over length. I have no limitations when it comes to cutting my hair. I will cut a knot out really quick, and trust me, okay? I don't care. If it's giving me problems and it's causing more damage than anything, it gotta go. Snip, snip. But when I decide to use a comb to detangle, it's usually just for the ends, just to get a nice smooth end situation. That way I can coil it around my finger, or if I can put a roller on it and make it nice and smooth. That's usually when I use a comb. Do not comb your natural hair when it's dry. But if you're like this, you don't want to be yanking through your hair with a comb. That is a disaster waiting to happen. You are asking to be bald. And I have to add this just in case, because there are some people who don't know. You always detangle from the ends to the root. So if you're using a comb from the ends and work your way up gradually. Do not start at the root and comb through your Don't do that. I'm sorry for laughing, but it's some people that just don't know, and it's just like, oh my gosh, in 2020 we don't know this. Tip number 6, less is more. You want to do everything less in the sense of manipulation, styling, and heat, of course. Your hair thrives on less, okay? You do not need to go in your closet and pull out every product that you own and slap it on your hair and mix it all in and create some kind of concoction and throw it on your hair. You don't need all of that. All you need is water, a moisturizer or leave-in, and a sealant, which is an oil. That's all you need. Try not to manipulate your hair or style your hair too often. That can also cause breakage, that can cause friction, that can cause pulling here and you end up with no edges. That can cause just a lot of hassle when it comes to maintaining your natural hair. Think of it as a flower or a plant or something that needs nurturing, and you need to be gentle with it. So the more you pulling on it and braids and heavy hairs, extensions and all this other stuff, you're just causing more damage, and you're not going to ultimately see the goal that you want, whether that's health or length. Tip number 7, you must learn your own hair. Everybody's hair is different, okay? And I know the thing to do is to reach out to YouTubers, reach out to natural hair people who are just like flourishing in the natural hair game and ask them what they're using. And that's awesome. That's amazing that we are able to do that in 2020. But you have to remember that what that person uses for their hair may not necessarily work for your hair. So it's okay to ask. It's okay to get some steps in the right direction, or, you know, get some guidance in a sense if you really don't know where to go. But just don't go in it expecting the same results that that person has. Go in it with an open mind. Go in it with like, okay, I'm going to see how this works for me. And if it doesn't work, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. You don't have bad hair. I hate this word so much. You don't have nappy hair. Don't let anybody tell you that. It's just a matter of what product works for who. So me being a natural, curly, kinky girl, I need a little more heaviness with my products. I need a little more density. I need moisturizers that are thick, like butters and shea butters and creams and crème and all that type of stuff. So those little light products won't really work for me because my hair is just going to be a big frizzy mess. Versus someone who has a finer texture, those light products work great, and the heavy products may not work as well. It may weigh their hair down, so they can't get the style that they want. So just go in with the open mind, and just remember to research, okay? Research. Tip number 8, leave-ins and moisturizers are not the same thing. I know it's easy to get it confused, or you may think, what is the difference, or they both do the same. They don't. They have similar benefits, but they are two different products for two different purposes. The leave-in is exactly that. It is a leave-in conditioner. So after you shampoo your hair, then you use the conditioner that goes along with that shampoo. You want to get out of the shower and put on your deep conditioner, okay? You rinse that out, and then you go in with your leave-in conditioner. This is something you do not rinse out. You leave it in your hair because it's giving you nutrients, it's putting back in that moisture, and it's creating that elasticity that you need to style your hair. So never get out of the shower and don't put anything on your hair. That's not a good look. Even if you don't deep condition, you always want to put a leave-in conditioner on your hair after you shampoo. The leave-in conditioner gives you that hydration that you need, but it also gives you flexibility and the fact that it's lighter in density, so it's not gonna weigh your hair down. The moisturizer, on the other hand, is a lot thicker in density at times. So depending on the brand and the quality and who makes it and where you get it and all that type of stuff, it can be a lot thicker than a leave-in conditioner. The moisturizer is more useful for styling. So if you're gonna do a twist out, a braid out, or if you're just doing a protective style, the moisturizer is perfect for that. The job of the moisturizer is to attract and to hold moisture. So it takes in any moisture that's around it, whether it be from outside, whether it's from a mist bottle that you spray on, or if it's just moisture that's already in your hair. It holds on to it much longer than a leave-in conditioner would. So those are some quick little differences about the two. And now you can tell somebody else. Tip number 9, you want to get a trim regularly. I had my first trim professionally last year when I was in cosmetology school, but prior to that, I was just trimming my own hair. I didn't really care if it came out uneven, so to speak. It wasn't such a big cut that I was worried about it being uneven, but I cared more about the health of my hair. If I saw through the ends of it and it looked real fragile and fringy and just I will cut it off. I wouldn't care, and I still do it to this day, but I do want to continue to see a professional more often now. But that's kind of been put on hold since the whole corona thing, you know. So until then, I'll just be trimming in my own hair. If you're like me and you want to trim your own hair because you can't see a professional or whatever, you don't have anybody around, the easiest way I can tell you to trim your hair is to put your hair in a bunch of twists. Not too small, but you want to be small enough that you're not gonna have uneven cuts all over. So make them small enough that way if you cut it, it's pretty much gonna be the same all around. Go in and look and see from the bottom. If you can see through the ends of your twist, that's where you wanna cut. And finally, tip number 10, stay away from hair charts, y'all. I know it's easy to reference a hair chart of what type of hair you have, type A, type B, type C, all that good stuff. But at the end of the day, no two people share the same hair texture, okay? And my hair texture, it's so complicated, I don't even know where to begin. Like the back is denser and kinkier than the front, and the front is looser. It's just very complicated. So I can't go by a chart, and you shouldn't go by a chart either, because nobody knows how your hair is but you. And that's another way for there to be a lot of division in the natural hair community, where people who feel like they have this type of hair are better, these people feel like they're less than, you know, it's just a lot. So just use it as a reference, just a guide to see where you need to go, kind of navigate your way through, and after you figure that out, throw it in the trash. Okay guys, that is it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was educational and informative for you guys out there. So hopefully this helps you. If it did, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Click on the notification bell. That way you can keep up with me, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.